All right, guys, welcome back. The NBA conference finals are rolling on. We've actually completed both game three games of both the East and the Western Conference, and I'm here to bring you the highlights and the updates on what transpired on both those games. Unfortunate for San Antonio Spurs, which is what we're going to start with. They are now down in the series by just a single game. And of course, Victor Wembanyama has also highlighted the fact that Game 4 will reveal who they truly are. And more on that shortly. And of course, looking at the Cavs and Knicks, it is shaping up to be a sweep in the conference finals because the Cavs are now down 3 games. And of course, during the game, during the analysis that was being done by the guys and inside the NBA on ESPN, they hinted on the fact that the Cavs do not clearly have a leadership structure amongst the players. They have all these good players. They have the beard, and then they have Donovan Mitchell, but we don't know who actually is leading that team. And I'm sure for a fact it shouldn't be the beard because we know his track record of losing in such situations. He has actually never stepped up when it always came down to the team needing him. Anyway, more on that. Let's just jump right into the first game. Of course, the first game that was played, game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. That was, of course, Oklahoma City Thunders going to San Antonio to play their first away game in the series. 3 games have been played, and of course the defending champions have won the 2 out of those 3, getting their away win. The first game in San Antonio, OKC managed to take that. More or less the same, more or less like what was done in the opener, which was back in Oklahoma, but Wemby and company took that first game. But things are not good for Victor Wembanyama because OKC, and actually people make a case for the fact that ShaiGilgeous-Alexander really is not the MVP, because when you look at the squad that he is playing with, if he has a bad day, this team doesn't need him. They still roll on, they cruise on and keep winning because they have strength in depth. Their bench is so good in that it set a record. In this game 3, the bench scored 70 plus points. Can you imagine? Anyway, more on that shortly again, but we can clearly see that Oklahoma City Thunders has an edge on San Antonio Spurs. They are currently averaging 120 points per game in this one, as compared to San Antonio Spurs 114.3 points per game. Let me jump right into the highlights of this one and more on some of the facts that will be coming through shortly.
Back to Wemby. Step back three. Mitchell, space to turn the corner and shoot. Rebound by Vassell. Thunder 0 for 2 and a turnover. Vassell pulls 3. Timeout, OKC. Dort lost it. Castle a handoff. Wembanyama leads the break. Hit a headbutt. That close. Alexander seeing a lot of Castle with the block. Unbelievable start for the Spurs. Castle back the other way. Wembanyama and Dort down. Vassell a triple. Again. Bad pass saved by SGA. To Hartenstein. Got to shoot. Wembanyama blocks his patented shot. Behind the play, foul. Couldn't hear it. The Thunder settle in. 0 for 6 in the field. 3 turnovers. Dort. Hartenstein. Finally. Hartenstein will not be the most popular man in this town. Oh, what a move by Fox. Boy, did they on the 3. Kept alive for OKC. It's the case of Wallace who had checked in.
Now, of course, you saw the San Antonio Spurs came out of the blocks to score I think there was 16 points straight. And of course, because of the home crowd and all that. But you can clearly see that they composed themselves. You're going to see a gentleman called Jared Allen. Jared Allen alone scored 28 points in this game. Jared Allen, and he came 24 points. Sorry, Jared McCain, sorry about that. 24 points off the bench. Then Jaylin Williams, this guy right here, scored 18 points for Oklahoma City Thunders. And all these people are coming off the bench. Remember, off the bench, Victor Wembanyama is seated. He's not in this game. So it's a tricky situation that San Antonio Spurs is in. It seems that to beat OKC, both the first and the second stream of players, that's Mitchell, AJ Mitchell right there. So it's a tricky situation that they're in right now. Now I don't know. Shaq said that he needs more from Wemby. Wemby is trying to do his best because remember again, that's Jared Allen right there with the lane. Jared McCain. I don't know why Jared Allen is stuck in my head. Jared McCain. That's Jared McCain. 24 points in this game. But Victor has done his best. I think the rest of his teammates need to step up in this game. Let's watch a bit more of the highlights. I'll come back with a bit more analysis of the game.
Steps back for his first points and for the lead. Oklahoma City down 15-0 to start has come back to take a 1-point edge. Williams open again. And he hits again. Williams, three-pointers. 11-0 run extended over the first quarter. Here to the start of the second. Bryant takes care of that. Ninth three-pointer of this postseason in 19 attempts. Fox has looked good off that ankle injury. Gets inside and gets two. Inside Wallace with the cut. All start. Stepping back for three. Again, well defended. Pitch to Holmgren inside. Cason Wallace saw him behind the play.
Well, good start to this second quarter offensively from Chet.
Alexander, the inside overpass. Tough shot. Made his second field goal. Carter Bryant. The fake on the three. Barnes out of the corner. Good rebound. Pressure inside. To Castle. Hartenstein. Nice feed inside. The cutting McCain. Their biggest of the night on this 7-0 run. Alexander pump. Window for two. Pop started coaching at the beginning of last season. Suffered a stroke. He's continued on a strong rehab plan and is around the team, talks to the players often. I saw him in the practice facility today. It's so great to see.
Now, of course, after starting out well, the San Antonio Spurs went downhill after the first, because in the first quarter they outscored OKC 31-26 in the first quarter. Now, second quarter, OKC came back rallying. Thanks to that bench again that I keep on insisting and trying to tell you guys that OKC it has strength in depth that is unimaginable. They have been building this team from the ground up, and it is so good. But I still do believe that San Antonio Spurs can push them, but it will all depend on that game 4. Like Victor Wembanyama said, game 4 will actually show the mantle and the strength of San Antonio Spurs. How it will turn out is what will determine how the series will end. So that's a crucial one, and it is the next game, guys. Watch out for it. And I'm glad that De'Aaron Fox also returned just to boost the San Antonio Spurs in this game. Now, maybe in the second quarter, of course, OKC scored 32 points compared to the 20 points that San Antonio Spurs managed to score. And it was downhill all the way through. Now, in game 3, now that's a scuffle right there, but all these things are expected. In Q3, quarter 3, still it was close, but still OKC outscored them 37-33, and Q4 28-24. OKC outscoring San Antonio Spurs. So it was downhill from the second quarter to the third quarter.
For Jared McCain, Wallace, Williams, everybody touched it. And McCain scored. And he does. Jared McCain showing he's strong. Vassell, they need it. He didn't get it. Fox takes it down just off the bench. Can De'Aaron Fox be the energy for this team? Vassell to the basket. Wild finish. Oh, baby, what a play. Lost their lives in service on this weekend. And so many of us have the ability to celebrate and enjoy the start of summer. Dylan Harper, a three.
Well, that was the first time the Spurs ran that 45 pick and roll all game.
Wallace, short on the three. George goes up to get the rebound. Lining up the MVP for three.
Offensive rebounding.
Fox, oh, nice move. Oh, beautiful stuff from De'Aaron Fox.
An epic thriller of a game, guys, as of course the bench propels Thunders past Spurs 123 to 108 after a slow start to their conference finals series. To take a lead, of course, of 2-1. ShaiGilgeous-Alexander in this game had 26 points and 12 assists, and the Oklahoma City Thunders climbed out of a 15-point hole minutes into the game to beat the San Antonio Spurs 123 to 108 on Friday night to take the series lead 2-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Now, crucial to this game, it goes without mentioning that the bench is the one that won this game for Oklahoma City Thunders. McCain with 24 points, Jaylin Williams with 18 points for Oklahoma City Thunders. The Thunders were without, of course, Jaylin Williams. It doesn't matter if you ask me. He has a hamstring soreness, and of course it kept him out, but it doesn't matter really. This team is so good that even if Shai was not there, they would still win the title. Anyway, on paper, I would think, because if you're to see their numbers, they are that good. Then, of course, the Oklahoma bench outscored San Antonio Spurs 76 to 23. That was the decider of this game. And actually, even the game before, the bench just came through and always comes through. It's the new strategy that they are using, because Victor Wembanyama cannot stay on that pitch, on that court for all these minutes. So he has to take some rest. Now, once he rests, this bench comes in and then takes advantage. Now, remember, Victor Wembanyama stops ShaiGilgeous-Alexander's mid-range. That is his comfort zone. Because every time he steps in and he encounters Victor Wembanyama, he has to shift and either miss the shot, or it becomes a difficult shot for him because of Victor Wembanyama's defense. Now, it is so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate that, of course, they are going to lose this. They lost this game, but of course it was down to that bench. 76 points compared to 23 points. And of course, Alex Caruso also scored 15 to contribute to that. So this is how that game ended. And of course, San Antonio Spurs made sure that they win that one. Now let's move on to the next game in the series that we had. Of course, it was New York Knicks taking on Cleveland Cavaliers back in Cleveland. Now, this is their first home game. This is Cleveland Cavaliers. The first two games they were away. Now, they now move to Cleveland. But boy, oh boy, there's nothing that has changed. It was still a blowout. And boy, I don't even know how to begin with this. But you can clearly see that this is panning out to become a sweep. Unfortunate for them. And without a further ado, let me just jump into the highlights of this one.
While excellent on the road in the playoffs, they are 4-1.
Karl-Anthony Towns, his first shot goes down, a three-pointer.
That's how you feed it. You just keep a hand low in that pocket to either get that steal or avoid the pass.
Bridges drives baseline, gets inside, bank shot's good. There's Josh Hart. Hart does some of the ball handling, take the load off Jalen Brunson. Wade chasing Brunson. Brunson gets inside, his layup is good. Hart to Bridges. Bridges gets inside, layup is good. And a quick timeout from Kenny Atkinson. Mitchell to Mobley. Mobley throws it inside. Allen, another stuffed, beautiful pass from Mobley. And a great response now for the Cavaliers. Hart Gets into the paint. Running shot blocked. Towns and Bridges right there, but Mobley cleans it up and throws it down. The Knicks offense during this winning streak has been operating on all cylinders as OG Anunoby on the pull-up too. Anunoby's going to challenge him. Good hands from Mobley. Bridges pulls up inside the arc, and Bridges
to get help. Instead, he gets one-on-one to the baseline and shot over the top.
Mitchell gets inside and banks it home. Both teams
Spot up three.
Brunson picks up Harden. Good screen set by Allen. Harden gets into the paint. Pull up shot, got it.
It just kind of run the offense.
Towns hits all 4 of the free throws so far. And this one is Harden drives inside. Layup, trying to sneak it in there, and he does. Towns has Harden on him. Mobley looking to help. Mobley gets into the paint. Towns looking. Turns off 1 foot, gets it to go. Landry Shamet getting some early action here in the first. Brunson drives on Strus. Towns very offensive oriented, looking for a shot. Sidestep, Lamby banks it home. 7 on the 24. Brunson, beautiful pass inside. Shamet out to McBride. Corner 3, got it.
Not just conceding the switch.
Shot clock winding down.
Now, of course, this game went to the favor of the New York Knicks. Now, of course, the first quarter will end 37-27 with this basket right here, 37. So that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Now, the New York Knicks made sure to win most of the quarters. In the second quarter, we somehow see the Cleveland Cavaliers rallying, trying to come back. They outscored New York Knicks 27-23 in the second quarter, but it was again downhill from there. The third and fourth quarter was still the New York Knicks outscored Cleveland Cavaliers 31-28 in the third and 30-26 in the fourth, which was the final nail in the coffin and did them in to see that the New York Knicks cruise to a 3-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. And of course, we see Knicks move within 1 win of the NBA Finals as they beat Cleveland Cavaliers 121-108, a victory right there. Jalen Brunson back to his scoring ways, managed to drop 30 points. Mikal Bridges dropped 22 points, and the New York Knicks moved within 1 game of their first NBA appearance since 1999 with a 121-108 victory over Cleveland Cavaliers on Saturday night. New York Knicks can wrap up the Eastern Conference Finals and sweep their second straight series with a win on Monday night. Of course, this is after the Victor Wembanyama series, so by then we shall know. All right. Now, of course, there was some records that were set in this series. Of course, New York Knicks is the 7th team in the NBA history to win at least 10 straight during a postseason run. The first team to do it was Boston Celtics, who also went on a 10-game run on their way to the 2024 title. Remember that time of course, the Jaylens, that is Tatum and his colleague right there when they won it in 2024. Cleveland, San Antonio, and of course Lakers have done it twice as well. Yeah, amazing records being set, and it is actually shaping out to be a sweep, and it will be sad if it actually happens in Cleveland. I don't know. Anything is possible. It's the NBA. But we shall be watching and see. We shall see if it will end up being a sweep.
Give it a chance.
Mitchell guarding him. Kicks it out in the corner. Anunoby on the attack. Finds Hart. Hart backs in against Harden. Pull back. Jumper. Got it.
Turnovers. He did think that the defense was solid. He said the Knicks were really pushing the pace. He thought they did a really good job getting back in transition.
As Bridges back to Brunson.
And that shot will be there for Mobley. Stepped into that one with confidence.
Jalen Brunson steps into that with confidence. He's in double figures.
Across the board, that it can be demoralizing for the other team. There is no gap in their shooting as Donovan Mitchell knocks
Hart from three is 1 for 3. Hart races down the floor, another deflection, and then Bridges helps out. That's great transition defense. Anunoby against Jarrett Allen. Anunoby puts it on the floor. Nice feet inside. Bridges banks it home. And Merrill, that's got to feel good.
He gets his basketball back. He's going to want a clear out or a screen to try to get a switch.
Shot clock winding down. Brunson whips to the shot. Open three in the corner. Puts it in. And Mitchell will reset. Mitchell drives on Hart. His floater's up. Shot no good. And Jarrett Allen.
When you're talking about your season practically on the line, if you go down 3-0, you get the initial miss, you've got to secure that ball in the paint.
Strus tries to answer and does.
Then done, and if he goes right, he's got that step back.
Mobley lost it, got it back, shoots it, and scores. Mobley across the lane, puts up the shot, rolls around, and drops in.
Now, I think if something is not working, it is always wise to pivot and try to find another way of doing something, as opposed to keep doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for different results. Now, of course, I do think the Cleveland Cavaliers need to pivot and move away from the deep ball, where they shoot and chuck up shots all the time, hoping for different results. Now, of course, it is sad that it ended up that way for them, and I do think they need to pivot back into using the bigs. Both Jarrett Allen and Mobley, those are an advantage to them that they can take advantage of and actually win this series. Okay, not win this series, that's a stretch, but I mean, show some fight. You cannot allow to be swept in the conference finals. And of course, it will set a new record for New York Knicks if they win that final game, giving them 10 straight wins in the playoffs. So more on that shortly. So that's how both the game 3 games ended. Of course, New York Knicks maintaining their win, ensuring that they have a 3-0 lead in the series, beating Cleveland Cavaliers 121-108. And of course, OKC rallying back as well, trying to show their championship prowess and why they are the champions and why they have the MVP amongst their ranks, making sure that they take the lead against San Antonio Spurs back in San Antonio, winning that one 123 thanks to their pro performance by Jared McCain off the bench, and of course the general bench contribution in that one. So let's have a look at a few comparisons and contributions of the teams, and starting of course with the Oklahoma City Thunders and San Antonio. You can clearly see Oklahoma has an edge compared to San Antonio Spurs. 120 points is what they're averaging as compared to 114.3 of the San Antonio Spurs. So really they need to step up the rebound area and column. San Antonio Spurs has an edge over that, 27.7 rebounds per game compared to 40.7 in the assists column. Of course, the OKC leading the way, 29.3 to 24.3 assists right there. I'm going to leave the rest at that, but you can go through them and compare both teams. Then on the other side, looking at the players, Victor still has an edge, but you can clearly see he's a bit coming down, because remember he started with an average of 40 points with that amazing opener of a game where he went off and was crazy in that game. So that's why maybe we need more from him. If he can give us a 40-point apiece in game 4, it would go a long way to helping San Antonio Spurs taking the edge over Oklahoma City Thunders. Keep watch out for that one as it comes through. Then of course the final game was New York Knicks Cleveland Cavaliers, and of course this one is not even a competition. New York Knicks has a great edge above Cleveland Cavaliers in all aspects, and Jalen Brunson continues to lead the way also on the other side, and unfortunate for them. So guys, I think that will wrap it up. That's it. I've been going on for too long. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Give me a boost out there as we battle against the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm. All right, guys, peace out. More next time. And there's also a couple of things I'm planning out to do. Switch a bit on the content, trying to make it a bit more rounded. It's not only sports here. All right, guys, more from me later. Peace out.